Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Holland with Property Champions Real Estate, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Homegrown, where we show you and tell you everything there is to know about your local communities. Today I am standing at 150 North Foster Street in downtown Dothan, Alabama at Downtown Books. We're going to step in and speak with the owner, Stacy Fountain, who's going to tell us a little bit more about this fantastic business here in downtown Dothan. Come on in, y'all. Hey everybody, I am here with Miss Stacy Fountain, who is the owner of Downtown Books. Stacy, tell us a little bit about your story about Downtown Books, how it started.
All right, well, we are book lovers, and we are Wiregrass lovers and downtown lovers. So it just kind of a couple of years ago came all together for an opportunity for us to open a bookstore in downtown Dothan. There's so much energy and momentum and lots of exciting things going on down here right now. So it was really kind of something we always wanted to do, always sounded fun, but then this location became available, and it just made sense to go ahead and pull the trigger and see if we could do something like this.
Okay, and what all do you offer and provide here at Downtown Books?
All right, well, we offer new books, and we don't do used books. We don't resell or anything like that. Okay. So it's just all new books. We have adults, books for adults, and also books for children. Our second floor is devoted completely to our children's area, and so it's kind of like a whole different shop on its own. But obviously, we're one big place.
Okay, awesome. And for people who are book readers, you know, why Downtown Books? Why should they shop here?
Great question. Well, you can get a book from lots of places these days, as we all know. And what we like about Downtown Books, and about really any smaller bookstore, an independent store like we are, is that it's more about environment and atmosphere and a place for you to come and find something that maybe you didn't know was out there. Right. If you know the book you want, you know, 2 clicks and you can have it at your house. You could go to one of the bigger box stores, and we are so grateful because they can have so much inventory. But what we try to do is create an environment that you just kind of want to linger and look and find things that you didn't know out there. So what it means is that for us, we've got to really try to do a good job of curating what we order and what we have in our shop, and figuring out what it is that the people in this area really want to read, and you know, what they want to buy.
And I'm sure as a local small business, you also have books and material from local authors.
We do. We have a whole section just for local authors. We also have a whole section just for regional authors and topics.
Now, Stacy, we are here in one of the side rooms, and you mentioned the Alabama authors, the local, everything, of course, has different categories.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about that. Expand upon what's here in this room and see artwork behind us.
Okay, I would love to. So what's really cool about this room is that this was originally an alley for the building that was built in the early 1900s. So what we did is we opened it up, the alley, into the main shop, so it kind of feels like one big store now. But what's over here are mainly nonfiction books. We've got cookbooks behind you, home and garden, lots of history, current events, self-help, a faith section as well. That's all over here. We've also got lots of local art. Right now, what we try to do is have a different artist on this wall every month who is local, and you can also purchase their art while they're here. And then we've got other artists all kind of, you know, scattered around in the shop, and you'll see over here there's some other local artists as well, but we try to highlight one a month right here.
And you mentioned earlier about the activity, the energy that's really going on in downtown Dothan with a lot of different kinds of businesses. Why did you choose downtown Dothan? And of course, this is a historic building.
Right.
Why in downtown?
Yeah, okay, well, we just really feel like, again, a city center, which is actually the new facility that we're building, that our city is building, is going to be called the city center. But we just feel like that's a crucial part of a town and for the community of an area. So because of the exciting buildings and things and parks and all the kinds of fun things they're going to be adding down here, the city has done a great job of really incorporating all of the businesses that are down here. So we really feel like we're going to be a part of this, you know, really neat revitalization. and it just makes it just super fun to be down here. We've already had tons of people who will come from other places, other areas to maybe eat at KBC across the street or see something else that's down here. So it really is one of the best ways is, for us all to feel like a community is when someone comes for one of us and then they end up going to all the other places too. So.
Right. And I feel like you read my mind. You used the perfect word, revitalization.
Right.
Hey, let's take a look upstairs.
Let's do.
At the
it's my favorite part of the shop.
All right. So we are upstairs now, the children's section.
Yes.
And this is a beautiful, beautiful space. Of course, we're on North Foster Street.
That's right.
So you have this fantastic view here.
Yes.
So tell us, we talked a little bit about the history. What was the work needed up here, and what all do you offer in this children's section?
Okay, well, what's really neat is that we didn't have to do a lot of work because we were really kind of going for this kind of, shabby chic look, which is really popular. And of course, this exposed brick was already like that. So we didn't have to do much work at all. All we needed to do was bring up these, bookshelves and obviously the books and the children's things. So it was just a matter of just stocking it and putting everything up here, and it was ready to go. But we love in our children's area to have kind of a mix between new things that are coming out, newly published books, but also classics are very important to us. And what we find is that parents really love to buy books for their children that they read when they were young, because a book can really become a part of your life as a child, and the reading you do as a child really becomes so formative for you. So we have lots of parents who come up and they see a book that they remember and that was meaningful to them, and so of course they want their child to read it. So we try to have a good balance between both of those things. We also like to have a balance between picture books, which of course are for younger children, but then also middle readers for those like, 5th, 6th, 7th graders who are getting, just starting to read a novel or just starting to read a chapter book. And we want to have good options and good, good quality books for them to read. So we really try to focus on that too.
And you're definitely covering all bases.
Right. Well, we try to. We also believe in the real power of families reading together. And so along with the picture books and the classics, we also have a section that we call it our read aloud section. And so those are specific books that have been recommended for families to read together and to read them out loud and to sit down and to be able to, read a chapter a night and then just have a good discussion about what they've just read. And it doesn't always have to be serious or, something profound. It can just be a lot of fun to create that kind of a culture in your family. So we just think that's so important. And so that's why we have a whole section also just for those read aloud recommendations.
That's absolutely wonderful. Yes, always encourage reading and reading as a family. What else would you want everyone to know about Downtown Books?
Well, our little tagline or our motto or whatever you want to call it is find your story. So we really believe, again, in the importance in creating an environment, whether it's for children or for adults, where it's just fun to be in, it's relaxing, it's like just you can kind of breathe and take your time and browse and find your story. Find what it is that you want to read or what story it is you want to share with someone else, because we really believe in the power of books and ideas, the power they have to connect people and to create community.
What are your future plans?
Well, it's so funny. We are just a year and a half old. So our plan is to get really strong financially and to be successful, to continue to offer events, and then hopefully just, again, create or contribute to the literary environment in our community and be just a small part of it. We have a wonderful library. We love to partner with our library, and we have with several events with them. So we just want to be a small part of it, but we really believe that an independent bookstore can do that, and that's really what we want to do.
I love it. I love it. So how can everyone find you? Maybe online, social media?
Yeah.
How can they show their support?
Okay, well, we are at downtownbooksdothan.com. That's our website. We also have a presence on Facebook and Instagram, same name, Downtown Books Dothan. We do really all of our marketing and all of our announcements and what's going on, that's really the best place to go to find those things. And yeah, you can always email me if you have a question. We order books for people all the time. We're so happy to do that. And my email address is Stacy, S-T-A-C-Y, at downtownbooksdothan.com. And we're happy to help you in any way we can.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Stacy, for your time.
It's my privilege. Thank y'all for coming. We loved having you.
And if you're looking for the right book or just want to check out what's possible here in downtown Dothan, step into Downtown Books. I'm sure you'll love it. Thank you again, Stacy.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Homegrown. We hope you have enjoyed this video and learned more about Downtown Books, a great business here in downtown Dothan, Alabama. Hey, please be sure to hit that like button to show your support. Hit that share button in order to share with anyone that you think would benefit from this video and our channel. And also, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for all the future videos here on our Homegrown channel. Again, y'all, this is Stephen Holland with Property Champions Real Estate. You can call or text me at any time at 334-797-0134, or you can follow our blog and check out our website at thepropertychampions.com. Until next time, y'all, have a good one.